My name's John.
My name's Meleena.
And we're the college directors at Fredonia Baptist Church in Nacogdoches, Texas. I was reading my Bible the other day and I came across a verse in 1 Thessalonians where Paul says to the church at Thessalonica, he says to his dear friends there, he says, "We cared about you so much that we shared the gospel with you, but we also shared ourselves with you because we loved you." I think about that so often when it comes to ministry and college students, and how we have to have both of those, where we have to share ourselves with them, but we also have to share the gospel with them. Often we're good at one or the other. I'm good at sharing the gospel, or I'm good at being a friend. And God's saying two of those have to live in the same home. And the way that we've learned how to do that is in the context of leveraging our home, our actual physical address, for the purpose of the gospel, where we brought people into it, let them live with us, made it a regular place for our college students to be, so that we can share the gospel, we can share ourselves, just like how Jesus shared his life with his disciples. And so here are a few little tips that you can have on how you can leverage your home.
So we just have seen the home be the best tool for discipleship that we have. It's where students learn how to follow Jesus in everyday life as we follow Jesus in our everyday life. And so just some practical things that I would share with you is, if this is something you want to do, is you have to invite often. It is not normal for college students to invite themselves into your home or into your space. They have to be invited. And as you invite them, tell them they're welcome regularly. They're welcome to be there, that you want them in your space. And the second thing is, as you do that, use just your everyday life and see them as ministry opportunities. So see mealtime as a ministry opportunity to invite them into that space. See grocery shopping as ministry opportunity. See time at the park with your kids as a ministry opportunity. Just as you go, like, what does it look like as you go to do ministry? So it's not super taxing and you can only do ministry for 1 hour at a coffee shop. As a mom, that's just really hard to do. And so I've just kind of said, okay, God, here's what I have to get done in the week, and how do I bring ministry into that? And God has just provided lots of different avenues, inviting them into that space and using just everyday life to do ministry. Third thing is, I would just say, have clear expectations and boundaries of just kind of saying, hey, I would love for you to come to the park with my kids, or I would love for you to come grocery shopping, or during this time we're gonna eat dinner together as a family. And so they know, okay, like, I'm stepping into this space, but this is what we're doing, and I don't have to stop my family time in order to minister to a college student, or I don't have to, and there's a time and a place for that, but like, they know what they're stepping into, and that has allowed us to learn how to rest with college students. It's allowed college students to learn how to just love a family. We have them be a part of the family, so let them help you with the things you need to get done. Like, college students do dishes with us. College students pick up our kids' toys. College students, but I have to communicate those expectations. Like, hey, will you help me pick up these toys? Or will you help me do the dishes? Or will you grab a broom? And they love to do that, and they want to do that. And so just realizing that ministry in your home does not have to be burdensome. I feel like that's what I first thought, is like, if I invite college students into my home, then I have to drop everything and like give them undivided attention. And there are moments for that. There is a time and a space for that. But there's also a time and a space for just them to come in and be a blessing to you and teach them how to serve. And you get to do that in the context of your home better than any other place that I've seen or experienced. And so there's so much more, but I would say that those are like the top 3 things. If you really want to do this and make this a marker of what you're doing in ministry, is know it takes time. It takes time for college students to feel welcome in your space. It takes time for that culture to develop. I thought the minute it was like everybody was just going to be over all the time, but it takes time, and it slowly grows as more students are like, oh, John and Meleena like actually want us in their home, and there is actually an open door policy. Last thing is, just prepare. If you're doing meals, just prepare for 2 more extra people to show up. As just like, if you're preparing meals, just prepare 2 extra plates, and you'll always have enough, or you'll have leftovers.
So what we're doing is we're pushing against the idea that I go somewhere and do ministry, and we're pushing against the concept that discipleship happens at a place, and rather we're just inviting them into the circles of our life, saying, be in my living room. Some of the most effective outreach you'll ever do isn't some event that you'll throw, but rather just simple things like having people over to eat tacos, or to watch a ball game, or to do whatever. So what I'm asking of you is to say, God, look at the resources you've given me. How am I supposed to use those for the kingdom? And then see what he says, and then respond with obedience.